M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. It's Week 9 of the NFL on EA Sports. The Baltimore Ravens taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers.
The rain is falling, the fans are soaked, but here's the bottom line. We've got football at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Baltimore Ravens. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, you look at this Raven team as they get ready here. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed...
The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? Johnson now returning. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. So here are the Steelers now to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by a first-round pick in the 2020 draft out of Utah State. This is Jordan Love.
And you've got to think that they've got to be feeling pretty fresh. You know, coming off of the open week, didn't have to play, right? Gives them a chance to rest up a little bit, heal some of those aches and pains, and excited about playing again. That really rekindles things a little bit. I want to see how they come out and establish themselves here early.
And that bye week coming right where they want it in the middle of the schedule.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. First carry for the 2018 Pro Bowler, James Conner. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5. Love from the gun on 3rd down. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 12 yards that time, but a Pittsburgh first.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Across midfield he goes into Raven territory. Marlon Humphrey with the tackle defensively. Love now on 2nd down. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. Love from the gun. He's got a man open. It's Chase Claypool. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So that'll get them to first down as they get 9 yards out of that quick slant. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on 3rd down. They did.
Big-time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. It makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. And he'll give it here to his running back. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. To throw again. Love. He gets it left side to Johnson. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 13-yard line. A solid gain of 15 yards, and the sticks move. And the pocket's been protected pretty good here so far on the opening drive.
We always talk about confidence in runners and catchers and quarterbacks. How about the protection detail? They're not allowing anyone near the guy throwing the football.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Throwing again. Love. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. And a good sign for them right now to have their young quarterback looking confident on the opening drive.
Now, we haven't met a young quarterback, a veteran quarterback. It doesn't matter. We haven't met a quarterback yet that doesn't tell us he's confident about his abilities, right?
That's true.
But when you're young, it's really important to get off to a good start because it does build up that confidence. It allows him to play better as the game goes on.
Especially crucial here on the road. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that.
They dialed up the screen pass on 3rd down, and for a second it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a first down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. To the air again, Love. And my goodness, this is incomplete. The Steelers try it, but they come up empty on 4th down. And this crowd into it early. Their guys stand tall on the opening drive of the football game. So a long field ahead for the Ravens to start things out. And a look here at their go-to guy under center.
In his stat line last week, that's not going to get him to the Pro Bowl. All right, no touchdowns, no interceptions, but they won. And so the bottom line for him is team won, managed the game effectively, led them to victory. He's doing all the right things.
And he's able to get this up just shy of the 15. Try to escape the shadow of their goalpost. That helped. 10 yards, first down.
Well, I can certainly tell my age, partner, because when I was a kid, running backs like J.K. Dobbins with over 2,000 yards in their final season in college, they went early in the draft. Instead, he somehow lasted until the 2nd round. But how great is it to get a guy with that ability who can run it inside, run to the perimeter, and catch the football out of the backfield? To be able to get him in the 2nd round, that's what I call a steal.
So still backed up, but the situation not as dire now. 1st and 10 at the 14. Here's the option. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. So not his arm, but hurting him with his legs. A gain of 19 on the keeper and a first down. That may be a sneak peek on this opening drive of what this young rookie can showcase, his legs.
And normally, as you start a game, you're just thinking, can he get the snap? Can he hand off? Can he just execute? Instead, he doesn't waste any time on wrapping another dimension to his game, showing off those wheels and picking up some nice yardage.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. He's going to keep this again. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Well, that play never really got off the launching pad. He had a linebacker in his face before he had a chance to do much of anything.
Yeah, I think it's big boys up front, that offensive line. They've got to do a little bit better job of protecting him if they're going to continue to run the option like this.
Now 2nd and 11 from the 32. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. That's complete. It's Devin Duvernay. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 43. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43.
Here's Dobbins.
And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Sometimes being a linebacker in the middle of the field is kind of like being a doctor on the field. You got to make the right diagnosis. Here he correctly sends his run and shoots through to make the play in the backfield.
And Pittsburgh with 6 defensive backs in the game here on 3rd down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
They went with the dive look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
So on 4th down, here's the Ravens Pro Bowl kicker Justin Tucker out onto the field. This from 54 yards away. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And the Ravens strike first at 3-zip. So the opening drive does yield points. Maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Johnson. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. To pass, here's Jordan Love. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 15 yards on the play, 1st down.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 43. Here's Connor. Room here to run. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. And this defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
Right back to Conner here on first. And he's got about 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 25. Second down. Love able to hit his target, Claypool. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 12-yard line. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. They'll run here with Conner. He'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. A great play there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Steelers have taken the lead. And on his way to the end zone, shedding the tackle, he would not be denied.
That's what's called finishing the run. Making sure you power your way through. One-on-one tackle. No running back wants to go to the bench and say, I got stopped just short.
Chris Boswell now for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. So that drive goes 8 plays and a 9-yard run on the end of it. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. From the 6. And able to get this out to the 25. Baltimore set to take over here for their second possession of the game. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they...
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Stephon Tuitt able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Like the footwork back there, I thought he did a pretty good job of evading that first wave of players. Tried to buy a little extra time out of the pocket, but in the end, oh, that was a tough one.
Yeah, winds up getting buried for the loss. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. The throw here to Andrews, the tight end. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
And the Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
Well, it certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1?
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help him at contract time.
The ball popped in the air and intercepted. It's the linebacker, Alex Anzalone. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20.
CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. They run. It's Mark Ingram. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Cameron Hayward in on the tackle.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Now he'll pull it down. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, get some 9 yards and a first.
Well, Charles, in the past, a lot of people called this offense one-dimensional.
I think you did.
Well,
I think it was you.
I'll be honest, I did. I think the fan base is hoping with this young rookie that they can put some wrinkles in this offense like we just saw.
I think you're exactly right because we did have that discussion that what we've seen in the past from them, they needed to broaden, and they have done it here. Look at what he's bringing to their offense, and now as a defensive coordinator, you've got some extra work to do to prepare for him and their offense.
They'll run here with Ingram, and he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Ingram, his 2nd touchdown on the season, and the Ravens have retaken the lead.
A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
Justin Tucker for the extra point. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it's Mark Ingram who caps it off with a touchdown run. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
This taken in about 4 yards deep. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Jordan Love in this offense ready to get the football back.
He's likely still kicking himself from the interception last drive that wound up leading to a go-ahead score.
And he's going to assume all that came with that one, all right? That's all on him, but he also knows he's got to erase it from his mind and get back out there. This drive, very important.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Working out of the gun. Love. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. 3rd down. On 3rd down, Love. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron.
And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
His first catch, good for 9 and a first down.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
On 1st and 10 is Conner. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Now Conner. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
The Steelers on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. From the gun, Love. And he connects with Ebron. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Operating from the gun, Love. And he connects with Vance McDonald. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 28. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target. He didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius, understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball, and puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Here's Love. This will be caught inside the 10. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another first down.
They sure put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to have just a couple here with a marker on the field as well. A terrible spot for a holding call as they'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal. From the gun, Love. And yes, complete to the tight end, McDonald. So a good spin move there before he's taken down. A nice little gain. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Now a 2nd down throw for Love here. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. They will throw again here with Jordan Love.
He's
going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And Boswell's kick is good. And that will knot us up at 10. So they get the field goal, but that was a 14-play drive to get through.
It's like you're going negative on me,
I was.
Sounds like you're thinking the 3's just not that good.
And people say that we're negative sometimes. So.
Well, here's the deal. Getting the 3 is good. Obviously, you would think on a 14-play drive you're going to get 6 out of it. But that type of a drive can pay dividends later on because you might wear the defense down.
And the Ravens taking the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And that'll be incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. And unsuccessful there, trying to dump it underneath. That'll bring up 3rd down. Ingram. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Sam Cook now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. On the return, Johnson. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Juju Smith-Schuster and the rest of this offense heading back out there, sitting right around the midpoint of the season, on pace for 1,000 yards. Good year so far, and I'm sure film study being devoted to him a little bit more on the other side.
They have to, because the pace that he's carrying right now, if you're pushing 1,000-yard pace as a receiver, that means he warrants your attention. And right now, precision is going on with their offense. Kind of like that timepiece you wear on your wrist, you know, that good stuff. You got to knock that off somehow. Chip away at that timing, change things up a little bit, and make them go to other things and make them do those things better.
Yeah, try to make him uncomfortable. Not many teams have been able to do that so far this year. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Love. Open man, completes it to Smith-Schuster. The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Throw left side, complete to Smith-Schuster. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15. A gain of 3. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. Again, it's Love. Johnson with a completion over the middle. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. He connected on his first. This time it's 39 yards away. Boswell's kick is good. And the Steelers will jump out to a 3-zip lead. So we will not go into the lockers tied. We do have a leader in the clubhouse, so to speak.
Yeah, it's only 3 points. Doesn't seem like much, but it looms big the way that they got it done right before the half ended.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Well, the white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. All that remains is to snap this once, and that'll do it for the first half of play. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, all right, Brandon. Thank you very much. Hi again, everyone. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the NFL as we are officially into the 2nd half of the season. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the 2nd quarter. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the 2nd half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this 2nd half. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the 2nd half. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. They'll start by running the option to the right. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off at the 40, and they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the third quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing, they're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where it is.
So good field position for the Steelers as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. It's Connor as they stay on the ground. Stops shy of the 45 despite some powerful running. Matt Judon there to bring him down. Love now on 2nd down. Completion here to Claypool. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
Well, they obviously read man coverage their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender, made him
What do you mean by that, Burkle?
Yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield, and then he curls back inside for the completion.
And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. Love. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Vance McDonald, the tight end, was the target, and it's 3rd and short. They'll try and run for it with Connor. Oh, he sheds himself free. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. It's a Pittsburgh 1st down, a gain of 13.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
First down, going to the air with Love. And the ball comes out. Love lost it, and it's picked up by the Ravens. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line.
All these years we've been watching the game, I start to get the sense that whenever it rains out, those guys who have to touch the ball and carry it, they're extremely resentful about that weather.
Yeah, I'm just happy I'm not resentful that we have a roof over our heads. I know that much.
Yeah, maybe we won't fumble our play sheets here as we just saw the fumble happen on the field.
Baltimore with good starting field position as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
And they'll try to run the option here. Able to get away.
That's why you keep the legs churning.
Sheds a second man.
He's building up some momentum, isn't he?
And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. He was trying to clear the way, the big fullback. Instead, he gets a hold.
And you don't see that very often on running plays from those guys because usually they're the lead blocker. Normally, when he gets caught, it's in a passing situation.
It's a gain of 7 on the ground. Second down coming up.
Brings up second down.
They'll go again with Dobbins. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he's going to take this all the way down to the Steelers' 22. 36 yards on the play.
I know that play went to the left side, and that's what it was designed to do, an outside handoff there. But how about the whole offensive line being involved? Seal the left side where the play was going, what they call play side. But how about on the back side? Just taking care of business to make sure no one can get there and disrupt it.
Is the biggest key the left tackle?
Without a doubt. Control that edge. Get out there. You want that left tackle. If you bring your tight end over there, either way, control the edge of the line of scrimmage, you got a chance to rumble.
And they'll get this down to the 10. Now it appears we've got an injured Raven down there on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. But the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
They go option right on 2nd and goal. And they'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Their mobile, agile quarterback with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Ravens have once again taken the lead. We saw so much of this last year at the college level, but there you go, his first rushing touchdown as an NFL quarterback.
And with the speed he has, we certainly know it won't be his last because that's something that aided him very well, as you mentioned, at the college level. It's something he's going to carry over, and they'll make it a big part of their offense.
And he knocks it through. 5 plays there on that drive. And it was finished off with a 10-yard touchdown scamper. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, and pushed it past the 50-yard line so they thought they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? They go bootleg. Love. That's complete to his running back, Connor. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Well, that was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted.
But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
On 2nd down, Love once more. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it. An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
On third down, Love. Ebron with it over the middle. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there and a first down.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. To the air again, Love. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. 5 yards on the pickup, and it's a second down. Going back to Love. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Johnson. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 26. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Oh, he shifts past him. He gets it left side to Johnson. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. To pass, here's Jordan Love. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Chuck Clark able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time.
Got to give him points for the attempt, but there's just a wave of pressure there. A host of people in the area. Evades a few, but couldn't evade all of them.
The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on third. Now Love. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on fourth.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
So now here comes the field goal team for the third time today. From the right hash, this from an even 40 yards out. And Boswell's kick is good. And that'll bring him back within a point.
The score, Ravens 17, Steelers 16.
He's got 9 points on field goals now. He's made 3 of them. That gets him a bit closer, but there's no question they need to start turning some of these threes into sixes.
And for him, it's not his concern, right? He just goes out there when they call on him and goes ahead and puts points up on the board. But the offense has got to get together and figure out what's stalling their drives, so they have to keep calling on him.
Well, the football back over to Baltimore and J.K. Dobbins. He's looking sharp here so far in the third quarter, Charles.
It appears that the halftime gave him a little bounce. You know, came out, spring in his legs, a little pep in his step, and he's taken off and running really well in the third quarter.
Sometimes we talk about how guys don't want halftime to come, but some guys, they're happy when that break gets there.
You never know which way it's going to go. He's taking advantage of it in this one, though.
A 7-yard pickup.
Dobbins going to take the handoff on the option, and he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Right back to Dobbins on first, and they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
Well, every now and then we have to let a cliche fly, partner, and in this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is often your availability. And this is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. Carried the ball every time they even thought about running it. Wore down defenses and able to break big runs late in games. J.K. Dobbins going to Baltimore, an absolute perfect fit.
On second down, a run with Dobbins. And he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with third and still 7 yards to go. And that is incomplete. Here's Sam Cook now as he's on to punt for Baltimore. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And a methodical drive last time, but they couldn't get that knockout blow. They had to settle for 3.
But you got to like what they've been doing along the way, right? It's almost like the body blows, the setup punch. As you said, they didn't get the knockout blow here, but that doesn't mean it can't come later in the game on another possession. And the defense on the other side,
maybe a little gas,
yeah,
right?
A little tired. And if nothing else, they just feel relieved getting off field, only giving up 3. They don't exactly feel like they've handled the offense.
And to give this time to the tailback.
And this is going to be a Steelers first down as the tackle made here at the 36.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. First down, Love to pass. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves them with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Jordan Love ready on first down here.
He'll get this to Connor underneath.
Not much there, only a yard. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Working out of the gun, Love. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. On 3rd down, Love. Incomplete. Both players were there offensively and defensively, but it falls incomplete.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively.
Baltimore about ready to go on offense. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
Pretty nice play here. They go read option, read the defensive end, and when he collapsed down inside, how about the quarterback pulling it, keeping it, and not only getting to the 2nd level, but picking up some really nice yardage.
Very, very well read. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
He'll decide to keep this once more.
And some room to maneuver. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40.
Another first down, this time on a gain of 19.
And that's another big-time run. And it sure looks like the leverage game is being won by the offensive line. They're the low man on just about every snap, and they're winning, pushing back the defensive front and creating great space for their runners.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now here's the option play going left. He's got a first down and more inside. Oh, no, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
Well, that takeaway, partner, right there, that's a combination of coaching, execution, and absolute belief. Because a lot of guys will look at the scoreboard and go, this thing's pretty well done. But they still thought to themselves, if we can make a play, we give our teammates a chance to win it. And that's exactly what they did.
They got the fumble recovery. Now here's Love to pass. And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. Another important fourth quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage. And they'll run the option to start the drive. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14. They'll look to throw here. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off around the 27. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. Well, holding on to the lead at this stage in the second half, those are the types of plays you really want to try and stay away from.
And when you're a rookie, keeping your focus is something that you still have to work on all the time because there's so many distractions around you between the crowd noise and your coaches and your teammates. But the other part, you've got to learn how to finish. It's the 2 F's for a rookie quarterback.
Following the interception, Love. And a quick throw here, that's complete. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Now whistles here before the snap, and it looks like one of the Steelers may have moved. The crowd's not doing that O-line any favors.
Home field advantage is really kicking in, making it very difficult for them to hear the snap count.
2nd down, Love. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Well, that one was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
And he took the contact as he was throwing it, and the ball drops incomplete.
Well, any caused incompletion is good for a defense. But when you add to it that you get a little hit on the quarterback, knock him to the ground, make him think a little bit, hopefully knock him off his game, especially in a game of this magnitude, this tight in the fourth quarter, got to feel pretty good as a defense.
Here's Jordan Berry now as he's on to punt for Pittsburgh. Call it an even 40-yard punt, 7 though on the return, and the Ravens, they'll take over. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field, and following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a 1st down.
couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on third down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively, a backbreaker.
They'll let the QB keep it here off the option.
He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. And finally down at the 36-yard line. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
Well, that's the fear any defense has when the quarterback gets involved in the running game. You don't usually account for him, and he's hurting them today.
Yeah, he's been very involved in the running game. Defensively, when you got the coverage good downfield, how do you account for him, though?
Occasionally, you start to spy him. Take someone who has the same agility, who can dance with him, run with him, and try and keep him in the pocket.
Yeah, it'll be especially critical here as we come down the stretch in the fourth.
An option handoff here to Dobbins. And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down.
And Ndamukong Suh makes the tackle. Second and 9 now.
That's taken in by Duvernay.
And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
And this is too far behind his man. He missed him. It's incomplete.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And they add on and get a little bit of a cushion. It's 20-16 now. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
so well. Go to something else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Call it a gain of 5, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. And his throw is incomplete.
Chase Claypool, the intended target.
And it's 3rd and 5.
But plain and simple, that's the 2nd time today that he's dropped a pass.
And that one, I think, maybe even a little easier than the earlier one that he dropped. Surprising.
Was this game announced as a night game prior to, and maybe his rhythm is just off? He's got thrown off. He's got to wake up, enjoy the sunshine, and go play.
Ebron's got it.
And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
On 1st and 10, Love. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll be a 2nd down. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Ebron caught left side. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6. Down 4 late. Got to go for it here on 4th down. Love looking to throw. And that is incomplete, but there is a flag. And on 4th down, this is a big call. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. He's back to throw. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Eric Ebron, the big tight end, his intended target. And that'll bring up 2nd down. They'll look to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. And the throw there going to be incomplete. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Love. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Ravens are going to get the football back. So they've gone for it twice now on 4th down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a 3rd situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins. That's some good hard running there as he'll push his way forward for about 5. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 1:06 left to go in the game. Another run here with Dobbins. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over 1 minute to go in the game. And they take a knee. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as it comes with exactly 1 minute to go in the football game. And they will take a knee here. So 1st and 2nd down went in the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13. The Ravens taking a knee with victory seemingly in hand here.
Well, they certainly didn't appear to be fired up about their options throwing the football. So, to me, this seems like a case of just kind of taking their medicine there, run the ball, see if they could pick up something. Instead, they were throwing for a loss.
Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. You were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for Baltimore, they pick up win number 4 on the campaign as they emerge victorious here. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Cincinnati Bengals. Meanwhile, for Pittsburgh, they fall 2 games under 500 now at 3-5. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at Soldier Field with the Chicago Bears. That'll do it for